Oh yeah. It's stream time. Okay. Who wants to recap last session?
Well, I would say we didn't actually do very much.
We went around to a couple of shops. Yeah, it was pretty much
picked
just
up the
an errand.
staff. I know that was the big thing. My brain is drawing a blank.
Well, we
almost
also
got conned into some goo.
Yeah, we decided not to take his goo.
Yes. We had a very nice meal when we woke up, went through all of our stores, sold all of our goodies, and now we are trying to organize transport towards Phandalin, which, as of now, I believe we have agreed that we're probably just going on foot.
Oh, we already did. We already started on foot.
Technically, we hadn't begun that part.
Yep. You
Now
guys
we
are
have.
just about to head out. It's currently 8 in the morning.
Early morning.
Let's get a move on.
Alright. Are you all in agreement?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
I'm ready to head out if everyone else is.
Yep, same.
Okay, so the first hours are uneventful. Right. Plus 6.
Yes. That's great.
Yeah.
Right. So it's around 2 p.m. You guys have been trudging for 6 hours. Luckily the weather is mild. And change the music. I don't know this.
Not great travel music now, is it?
There we go. As you wind down this road, you see other wagons trundling in the opposite direction, some passing you. Most are friendly merchants who either ignore you or wave, or passing on their own way. As I mentioned, the weather is mild. There's a cool breeze coming in from like 70-ish degrees. Pretty pleasant. All in all, it's a relaxing break from the violent and unpredictable tumult of your normal day-to-day life.
Oh. Well, that's boring. We gotta start a fight.
Oh, don't worry about it. There's more than enough time for that.
Oh yeah. So do you want to continue another 6 hours?
I
I have no objection.
yeah,
I
I'm
would
down
think
to
probably
continue.
another 6 hours, then make camp. That way we would stop at 8, and then it would give us 12 hours to rest. That way everyone can sleep for 8 hours.
Sounds reasonable.
It is now
It's
8
supposed to-
o'clock. Yep, it's beginning to reach dusk. The road has cleared. Most people are traveling by wagons and therefore have arrived at their destination. Although you see one group around a covered wagon. I believe actually two covered wagons kind of set in opposing directions. They are talking genially. Some laughing. They're holding drink. That's about all you can make out from this distance, 100 or so feet away.
Well,
Hmm.
you want to try to make friends, camp out with them, strengthen numbers?
I
don't
believe
know.
that might be a smart idea. What's your read on them, Toa? I know you, no offense, but I do know you have some background with the unsavory sorts.
Lars is just like, so, I know you're familiar with those.
No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
It's like,
Albertine
yeah.
gives you a sideways look.
How do you? I try not to look down on individuals where I can. I don't know a better way to phrase it. I'm not trying to be rude. Those of less fortunate circumstances?
I don't think trying to change the words around helps your statement.
Lars trying to not be Lars for one single day. Impossible.
I mean, there is the logic of strength in numbers, but because we don't know who they are, they could very well take our stuff or be worried we're there to do the same to them, depending on who they are.
Which
The safe option would be to just not bother them and maintain a respectful distance.
I mean, do I look like I would rob somebody?
It can't hurt to let them know we're going to be camping out nearby. It'll give them some ease of mind, and it'll give us some ease of mind knowing that they're not going to think that we're here to cause trouble.
A few
I
of
believe
them
that's a reasonable course of action.
toss some backward glances in the direction.
I'll
They
give
don't
them a
seem too
little wave.
concerned. They have no- One of them waves back.
I mean, if one of you want to negotiate that, we can figure out where we're camping. Ideally relatively out of sight, but not necessarily out of sound.
Hello there, fellow travelers. How's it going?
Do you approach, or do you yell this like across the 100 feet?
100 feet?
It's not.
No, I'm
100 feet's not
approaching as
that
I
far.
say this.
I'll
100
approach with
feet is
them.
not that far.
All right, how? You said you are approaching. Is it like you take 1 or 2 steps toward them and start yelling? Or do you wait until you're within like?
No, we're wait till we're closer within earshot, you know?
Okay.
I imagine we start walking. I imagine we're having this conversation as we're walking over, and then when we get close enough and they notice, I go, "Oh, hello!
Okay.
Good day for it."
They're chomping on like sausages and briskets, and a few of them are eating like cured meats. They nod in a friendly manner. One of them, a big bearded fellow with no shirt and loincloth made out of furs. You've never seen a barbarian, but you would imagine that this is what a barbarian is. He's about 4 feet taller than you. He walks over, leans down, and extends his hand, which is about 2 times bigger than yours.
Well had, my good sir. Lars nervously raises his hand to shake.
Surprisingly gracefully, he pinches his thumb and index finger, and, like shakes your hand. Well met.
Well met. What's your name, good sir?
My name is Toblin Stonekin.
Nice to meet you, Toblin Stonekin. I'm Lars Lyron, and this is my friend here. Lars gestures over to Garthus.
Hi, Garth is here.
Pleasure. Now, whereabouts are you headed?
We're heading towards Phandalin as of current. We're looking for an area to make camp, and we saw you and thought we'd introduce ourselves and let you know that we're going to be nearby, and we're not here to cause any trouble.
Well, we surely appreciate the friendly gesture.
Yes. I won't lie, it's been surprisingly hard to find people who are willing to hold a conversation on the road.
He issues a great bellowing laugh. And then, once he's finished, remarks that there's not much that would give him cause to be unfriendly.
Yes, fair enough, my good sir. I assure you, very few people would give you trouble.
Yes, well, you need not assure me. I know from experience that this is true. Before you ask about my stature, I am half giant. I'm sure it is apparent.
I could have guessed. I have not met giants nor half giants before, but I must say the stories do not do it justice.
Yes, well, stories can seldom capture the magnitude, I've been told.
Oh, I certainly believe it now seeing it for myself, good sir.
I mean, of course, not to brag. It's simply the things that have been said to me. I hail from Bryn Shander, up near the spine of the world.
Really? That's
Yes.
interesting.
Cold
I'm
and
getting to
harsh
meet
land,
someone.
yes. Not many of us venture down. Pride, I believe, keeps us in our icy prisons. Life is quite a bit easier down in the plains. So I do
Huh.
mercenary work. And he, like, gestures to the rest of the party who doesn't look too concerned. One of them kind of yells out with a mouthful of jerky. Thank them for coming by, Toblin. It's clear that Toblin is some kind of, like, emissary, as well as being a hired guard.
Huh. Well, it was very, very, very kind to meet you, Sir Toblin. May you and your band have safe travels.
You as well.
We'll be right up the road if anything should happen. Just give us a shout.
Of course. Yeah, turns back around facing the fire, and you hear a creak as he gently sets his body back on like a wooden bench and rejoins the conversation.
I want to make notes of everyone that's here just mentally,
Okay.
so I know what they look like.
It's a party of 10. Do you want me to furnish detailed descriptions of every person there?
No, not really.
I think he wants a generalized idea of
Well, it's actually more of just I want to be able to identify them if I see them again, and I want the ability to disguise myself as them.
Okay, sure. They look like pretty generic, unremarkable merchants.
Okay.
Not a whole lot special going on with them.
So a fairly easy disguise from afar.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got the traditional kind of soft, poofy caps with the stripes and sequins on it, as well as frills along kind of the front area of dress. Not sure what exactly they're called. The ruffles that you'd see in like a traditional colonial uniform.
Yeah.
I don't have the verbiage for that particular fashion. But
yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to know if there was anything special about them, basically.
No, pretty standard from what you've seen in terms of regional travelers. They look to be locals.
Very good. Carry on.
All right.
Well, I guess since they have this spot, perhaps we can try over there, Lars says as he points further down the road towards another similar outcropping.
It's pretty flat over here. There's a few large boulders strewn around, and some tall grass. Other than that, the visibility is...
Yeah, I guess just around the boulders to give us a little bit of cover.
All right. You make camp. The sun, which was setting, now completely sets. Set up sleeping packs, a small fire for your day's end ration. Is there anything else that you'd like to do before calling it a night?
I don't think there's anything we need to do.
I'm gonna peek inside the chest and check on.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay, you see the mangled body of Benadryl with limbs like being like bent at very sharp angles in what appears to be unnatural poses. His eyes are glassy. However, when you open the chest, they dart up to you, like to meet your gaze unnaturally. His
Oh,
mouth
dear heavens!
twists into like a sick grin. You blink and then it's back to normal, and you're not sure if you imagined it.
Just close the lid again, Garth.
Yeah, that's just normal Benadryl stuff.
Yeah,
Good
let's
night,
close the
fans.
lid.
Sleep well.
He'll need that potion of healing when he gets out of there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. He'll be like an accordion. We'll just bend him back into shape.
Just stretch him out again.
Yeah.
Like taffy. All right. Well, it certainly seems like a quiet night for once.
Who wants to take first?
I wouldn't mind taking first watch. Why not?
Oh.
And then I would prioritize reminding Garth this. For whoever goes next, make sure they have night vision.
Sounds like you volunteered yourself, Toa. I guess you're second.
I guess I can go second, sure. I would have to go second or third.
I'll go after you then.
All right, Garthus. First half of the night, rather uneventful. Or the first third of the night is uneventful. You watch the clouds lit by the moon drift across the sky. By the time you have bedded down, the fire and the wagon circle across the road has already been put out. You hear loud snoring, which you imagine could only come from one individual.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's time to wake up our. I mean, is this at the end of my shift? I'm assuming.
I think in the middle of it.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's snoring. I'm not. That happens.
Roll perception.
Okie dokie. 14 plus 2, 16.
Plus 2. Alright. It's a pleasant night. Feel restful. Find the experience of taking guard to be meditative. It's one of those summer nights where, even after the sun sets, the temperature is still very much.
Fantastic. Garth is having such a good night right now.
And just like that, your watch is over. Go wake somebody else up.
So we're waking up Toa.
Yeah.
All right, wakey wakey. No eggs, no bakey, just wakey wakey.
I see. Well, I didn't think we had eggs to begin with. Carry on.
Okay,
You
as soon as I
definitely
see
don't know.
Toa's awake, I just pass out, just fall right on the ground. Good night.
He shuts
All
off.
right, at least get him inside a tent or something. His sleeping bag.
You drag him inside a tent? He's just like sprawled on the ground now.
I'm fine. I'm taking a nap.
I'm like, I don't really have the strength to lift him. Let me just get his bedroll and just try to wrap him in it.
He's in some pretty heavy armor. You just collapse.
Yeah, that's what I was
like,
saying. I
in
don't
the
think I can
armor.
really lift him, but I like get like the blanket and just put it over him.
Alright. I'm imagining Garthus also sleeps with his eyes open.
Good question. Right now he's face down, so
Who knows?
Yeah,
Roll to
I just
find out if
leave
he has
him
a
face
damage.
down.
Yeah, we don't need to know. Too
It's a
spooky.
secret.
Alright,
Yeah.
Toa, roll perception.
Okay. As a reminder, I think I have the highest passive perception of the group at 13.
Okay, excellent. Okay,
It's 9, and I have, let's see, perception plus 3, so 12 on a 13 passive.
okay. Your
And I have partial night vision. So,
Your watch is slightly less peaceful. You see
Yay.
the creeping of snakes in the underbrush. All of the snakes keep their distance, as well as the other. But you see things that Garthus may not have noticed. It's a bit more unnerving being aware of all of nature's machinations, for lack of a better word. It's doing a lot. Things are dying, things are breeding, things are hunting, and you're aware of a lot of it. But nothing actually dangerous.
very well.
With that, your watch is over. Go wake up somebody else.
Go up to Lars and I'd be like, "Oi, watch time."
Yes. I've actually already been awake for a bit here. I'll go take
Sure.
my watch now.
Very good.
Lars says as he sheaths his sword and walks over to the atop a rock to observe the area, which he sits down atop of. My word, my brain is dying.
Imagine, like Kadeem, top of that rock,
Honestly, yeah, pretty much.
folded leg, staff in hand. Make
Staff
a
in
perception
hand.
roll.
Perception. All right. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Man, Lars
Oh,
is way
no.
too distracted by looking at his staff. Way too distracted.
Very interesting. All right, everybody gains 9.
90 XP.
Stuff is good.
That's the one thing I meant to grab from this application is my current experience.
We
Unless
should
somebody
need
wants to tell me.
1,293 to next level.
What?
What?
We should.
No, he didn't get any
719.
XP from the dragon session.
Yeah, I didn't get any XP from the dragon thing.
Yeah, he wasn't there when that happened.
So my
we
XP
should
curve
be
is
at
off.
719 till next level.
Did we cover asymmetrical level ups?
No, we didn't.
I don't think we talked about. I'm not too worried about it. We can figure that out later.
All right.
Also,
Okay.
I hate that my dice is sticking to the table. There we go. Doesn't want to roll. There we go. That's better.
Well, Lars, while you're on the rock, begin tapping like a little pattern. Or I don't know. You do something. You fidget. Or perhaps it's merely the beat of your heart. You start to hear a rumble. And silently, like well, not silently, very quietly, a sound like the scraping of granite on granite. Can't tell where it's coming at first. So 2 stone claws appear from either sides of the rock. You're shaken, almost lose your balance,
Oh,
as there's a perceptible drop. And now on either side of the rock, you see 3 legs, 6 in total. 2 eye stalks emerge right in front of you, and then slowly swivel around right in the face.
Hi. I'm terribly sorry. I did not realize this was your spot.
That rock was occupied.
Lars kind of like peers over the edge and looks down. How far is the drop?
It's about
3 feet. Okay, it's not that long. I'll let you be now. Lars
You
says
just
he.
skedaddle.
Lars says as he rolls off the back of the rock.
okay. This rock crab rotates in place until it is facing you. See an absolute horror show of like chitinous pincers, and like little insect sensors kind of smushed together in its face. There's so much going on, so much movement. The eye stalks stare at you again. Make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. $13 plus. Where's that? Do we even have a bonus? I have no. Okay, I don't think I have a bonus. I have a +3.
Yeah.
It's up there.
All right. Some part of your senses are telling you to hide your staff. So just kind of hook that behind your back and watch as this thing's eye stalks glaze over now that it can no longer see them. And it just kind of scuttles remarkably quietly away down the path. And you hear the crack of rocks being destroyed. It gobbles up a few, and then more grinding. No longer see.
Okay, duly noted. Pay more attention when on watch.
All right. Anything else? Like, just continue to watch. That
Yeah, Lars is no longer distracted and is now paying attention to his surroundings. And he does not sit on another rock. Instead,
that's the biggest rock for a little while. Other kind of shapes.
He sheepishly takes a few side steps away from the other rocks near him.
Congratulations, you just got trauma from a rock.
Oh, that's gonna be a reoccurring thing. I'm calling it now. He's never gonna trust rocks again. But yeah, no, he'll remain on watch.
All right.
He had plans. He's now too shaken to follow through with them.
So, as the sun rises, everybody else wakes up. You see the sun through your eyelids. Your circadian rhythm tells you it's time to wake up. And everybody is arisen. It is dawn. Night is over.
Does that count as a long rest, by the way?
It does.
Okay. I'm still rested from my last one, so I don't think I need to add. I don't think doing it again would actually do anything for me.
If you want to swap out spells, you can.
I don't think I have any I can swap out at the moment. I'm pretty sure I'm full up on what I can use.
The main thing that it gets me is it reloads one of my spell slots because I used detect
Oh yeah, you
poison
can change
earlier.
your entire list. You don't have to previously learn them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I can basically just hot swap my entire list on the fly, more or
I have
less.
to have learned it.
Not on the fly, only a long rest. But yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean effectively.
All right. Anything else that you want to do? Everybody's awake. And first thing that happens is Albertine looks over at you, Lars, and it's just like, call me crazy, but I think I remember there being a very large rock near the campsite. Did you magic it away or something?
Lars's eyes kind of grow a bit big hearing the mention of the giant rock again. Turns around immediately, goes waving his hands frantically. No. There was a rock here. There is not anymore. Nothing else needs to be said about that.
Oh,
Albertine
being like,
squints at you, and then like there's a moment where he's like trying to figure out if you're hiding something, and then he decides he doesn't care. He shakes his head. Wizards.
Toa walks up to Lars and goes, "It didn't happen to sprout legs and walk away, did it?"
No, not at all.
Lars just returns like the Vietnam veteran type stare. 1,000
He
yards.
stares blankly at you. I don't know what you're talking about. Lars shakes his head, snapping out of the daze-like trance. Regardless, everybody feel good? Everybody rested? Everybody have something to eat yet?
Well, not everybody. I'm gonna slide some rations into the chest.
All right, you hear more like mastication noises, and then like a very large belch, and then like the silverware comes flying out.
Very good.
I guess it's efficient.
Gets the job done.
We have our own mimic, everyone.
I guess, is this how mimics are made? I've heard of stories about them using spells to make mimics, but
I was just
never
thinking,
actually
someone
found one. Lars says as he pokes the chest with the bottom of his staff.
I was just thinking, yeah, someone tries to loot our chest and then gets eaten.
Benadryl just eats them.
Benadryl's arms get all stretchy, and he just.
Yeah, he pulls them in.
He's a Dark Souls mimic, I see.
Oh yeah. Triggered my
You've
PTSD.
seen how those ones act, right?
Yes.
I don't, but I'm just gonna say so. I haven't played one of those games.
Dark Souls 3. Also the only one. So that's the only one I can.
Here you go.
Anyway.
Ah, yes.
It is dawn. Do you guys want
That's
to
Benadryl.
proceed immediately? Do you want to?
We might as well.
I don't see a reason not to proceed immediately.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much we can do here, so I believe it's time for us to get on the road.
Takes a half hour to tear down camp. And then you see the other party wave as they head in the opposite. Or
Cool.
more specifically, you see the sea wave.
Lars
give him a little-
enthusiastically waves back.
He gives you a smile that you can see even from the distance of close to 200 feet. Just all right. You want to proceed?
Let's proceed.
We should make Phandalin by dusk.
I
assuming
believe
nothing
so,
happens.
Toa. Assuming we don't, come across anything again. Lars says as he points towards the West Tribor Trail passage where we had our first fateful encounter with all of the goblins.
I was just thinking about that. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Ah, memories.
Yes, I too remember being stabbed for the first time in my life. I'd rather
Good
not relive it.
times.
But that is where we met you, Albertine.
Albertine snaps out of whatever daze he was in. Ah, yes. Fateful encounter indeed. Almost friends are made.
Yes, as they say, friends are made when you find them half dead by a goblin horde.
Or in our case, very dead.
Ah, you've heard of that saying too. I thought it was, how you say it, dragonborn colloquialism.
I actually read it in an old storybook. I'm not sure where my sister got it, but it was in there. She travels a lot more than I ever had. I never left the capital. She went everywhere with the family.
Ah, I am the sibling in the nest who travels. The rest of my siblings, they do not venture far from home. They mostly serve the herd. Or, how you say? They serve the nest, perhaps? Not sure what the word in common is.
I would say clan would probably be what it would
Yes.
translate to.
That is a word I was looking.
Yes.
All right. At this point, it is about a half hour afternoon. You're right around the corner from.
All right. I guess we should just. we
So-
should probably make. It's going to be a while to get to this mountain path on the map here that our friends drew out for us, but it might be wise for us. Okay, I guess I should ask. Time is of the essence. Should we
Yes.
forego stopping by in Phandalin since we've already restocked and haven't had any issues on the way there yet?
I
Or-
think that is a good decision. That could save us quite a few hours of travel.
It could. I am of the thought that we need to get there sooner rather than later, and the main reason we wanted to stop at Phandalin was to resupply, but we were fortunate enough to actually resupply what we needed in Neverwinter. So we may be able to start making our way up the trail now.
Indeed.
I mean, I guess we could try.
What say everyone? I'm in favor of moving forward.
Same here.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we would end up. It's like we would have to camp again before we actually reach the castle.
Oh, we absolutely would. But if we stopped in Phandalin, we would also still have to camp anyway by the time we made it to the base of the trail.
Yeah, it would probably take us until nightfall again to get to the castle if we stop at Phandalin.
Because remember,
Okay.
we still have to go up the Sword Mountain Trail. That doesn't lead straight to the castle. If this map is accurate, at least.
Yeah. I'm thinking we get to the base of the trail and camp out there. Because considering it's going to be on a mountain, might not be any great spaces to camp, and that is not a place you want to travel at night.
Yeah, I agree there.
You sound like you speak from experience, Gothus.
I don't.
Well, I would say he also lacks our night vision. We would do a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just a little.
I don't know about you, but sleeping on rocks does not sound appealing. So I agree with sleeping at the base of the mountain.
All right.
Lars says, a little hint of panic in his voice.
So, Phandalin, as it happens, is pretty much at the base of the mountain. It's a good spot to make camp before Hagmon, and it will have the most comfortable accommodation.
Oh, are we not going up Sword Mountain Trail over here?
I mean, you could go
This
up
is
that
where
way.
I thought it was.
That's where I thought we were going.
No, it's right here.
This is
Well,
Sword
yeah,
Mountain
but I
stream.
from what I
Dragma
remember,
is
Oh, that's the stream. Okay.
yeah, from what I recall, the easiest way to get up there was going through the stream. Both, not only Raglan told us that's where Glass Staff was at the end of the stream, however, our friends down in Thunder Tree Wood also told us to go down that path to get to Cragmaw, compared to roughing it through Phandalin.
well,
But
up
if
to you.
you believe going straight to Cragmaw Castle through Phandalin would be the better call, I don't know the way at all. We don't have a map for that, so we're going to have to rely on our own navigational skills.
One
Perhaps
of
we
you
could
would
buy
have to
something
have
from
some
Bothan.
good nature skill.
I'm
Toa,
plus 3.
you are a resident cleric, are you not?
I mean, yeah.
You do have some nature ability, if I recall.
Yeah, this is more of my siblings' ballpark, but
Well, you would probably know more than I do.
yeah. The only concern I have going down the creek, right, is that would be the expected route for any potential hostiles. If you're the defender's point of view here.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. If you remember, the way to find this creek was through a bunch of hidden sigils carved on tree bark. We wouldn't have even known about it unless Raglan told us.
Do we have a way to get past the sigils?
The sigils tell us where the path is. Only the people who know the sigils know where the path is.
Do we know the sigils?
We do. Benadryl etched them on this piece of parchment here, Lars says as he pulls out of his satchel bag. If we follow these exact sigils, it'll take us through the mountain stream path, in particular. The same route that they use to stay hidden from, everybody else on the trail.
On the other hand, doesn't that mean we're likely to encounter them on said trail?
Perhaps, but we're just as equally to encounter them bumbling through the mountainside, going straight up the cliff towards a possibly more defended position. It's really just, do we want to go with the trail we partly know or the trail we don't? That's the way I kind of look at it here.
So
It's possible for us to save time if we go straight up the mountain from Phandalin's base.
we would have to get all the way to here, right?
Yes, that is where the start of the stream begins, and then we can start trekking our way up of that.
There's no way we're gonna make that before nightfall, are we?
We're not going to make it to either place before nightfall.
We would make it to Phandalin before nightfall.
Yes, if we planned on going straight up the cliff next to Phandalin.
Another 6 hours would get.
So, the way I see it, the quickest route is to go straight up the mountain. If time is truly of the essence, that is the quickest route.
If you truly wish to do that, I only fear that while it may be the most direct route, we don't know that path. There may not even be a path for us to take up there. Right? We're not going to know unless we go, but the problem is we have to make our own path as we do that, which could cost us more time than a guarantee.
I mean, if you want to go towards the stream, we can. Like I said,
Well, I'm explaining it from all perspectives here. We need to make a well-informed decision here in order for the best chance of saving our employer.
well, that's the issue here, is we don't have enough information to do that, so we're gonna have to, for lack of a better term, throw the dice and then come what may,
You know what?
no matter which
I
decision
have
we make.
the perfect way to solve this problem, says Garhi. And he pulls out a coin. Heads, we take the stream. Tails, we head to Phandalin.
Head to
You know what?
Phandalin?
Yeah.
I agree with this. I believe if we...
These are both unknowns, and both have their risks, so...
Yes, each one's a trade-off. One's more known with more outright risk. The other is less known with more unknown risk. So they do balance each other out.
Go for it, Garthus. Let's see what we get.
Tails the stream, heads to Phandalin.
Okay.
That was the most disappointing coin flip I've ever seen.
Don't
Don't worry, I've had more
in your
disappointing
thumb. Would you like me to try again for you?
Sure.
I've had more disappointing coin toss at football games. Don't worry about
Tails
it.
again.
Okay, I guess that makes up our decision.
To the stream it is.
To the stream.
Okay.
I'll teach you how to flip coins more effectively later, Gothis.
All right. So you continue past Phandalin to the stream.
Yeah.
That's what we agreed upon.
All right. All right. It's 6:30. Probably travel for another 3 hours before you really camp.
How close are we to being within a day's travel to the trail? Or are we already in range?
A little bit further in travel to the base of the street, mountain street.
Well, let's say maybe 90 minutes and then make camp. That way there's a little bit of time to do stuff if something happens.
That's fair.
Fourth.
We'd make camp at 8 o'clock.
There you are. This is rather a different change of scenery. So this is an inroad. It's actually just a bit down the road from where you were seeing Goblin Cave, or where you remember the Goblin Cave. But before we do the rests for the night, I'm gonna call a little.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Makes sense to me.
Right, so you have reached curve in the bend between Neverwinter Wood, Sword Mountains, traveling along Tribor Trail, which, spookily enough, the very same. You're just a little bit past the point where you were when you were ambushed by goblins. So,
You mean the ambush was down here, wasn't it?
ambush was right there.
It's okay. Goblins would never ambush us again.
Not gonna happen.
Let's just choose a spot that we can keep an eye out.
For a reminder, I probably should be on the watch crew for this one, as I do speak Goblin.
So, it takes you, again, about an hour to set up camp, but after that hour, you've got bedrolls, extended, got fire set up, everything is good to go.
All right. Well, I guess we should rotate our watch this time. Either me or Toa should probably take first watch.
Yeah, and then whichever one of us doesn't should go last.
Gothis went first last time, so we can have him do final watch, because light will begin coming up at that time.
Sounds good to Garthus, and then Garthus passes right out.
Alright, so who's
Okay.
watching first?
I get it would be either me or Toa.
Let's have you go first.
Very well. I shall go first. And then Lars proceeds to step out of camp a little bit to find a nice little spot to overlook as much as he can of the area.
Before you know it, you're 100 miles out the coast, drowning in water. Yeah, so make a perception roll.
Alrighty. Let's hope I need to turn off snap. There we go. So that way it doesn't snap. It's still snapping. I give up. 5 plus, I don't know. What is my perception? I think it's like 2.
Shouldn't
wanna
be
say-
snapping anymore.
I don't actually think I have a bonus to perception.
No
It'd
bonus?
be on the right column.
Are you
My
sure?
right column. I
If you scroll down to skills, it should be on the right.
Oh, +1.
There- yeah.
So 8. Wee! Oh, sorry, Toa.
Okay. You notice some small shapes moving through the bush. They appear to be roughly goblin. Your instincts tell you to duck down. Because you manage to hide behind a tree, just out of sight of the goblin. They stroll past you, kind of chatting to them. Bows on their backs, spears in their arms. And by staying silent and out of view,
Cue inconvenient twig snap.
fortunately not, unless you want to roll that perception. Very long. And that's the end of your watch.
All right. Lars very carefully makes his way back to camp. Goes up to Toa. Toa, up and at him.
Mm-hmm. Did you find goblins, by the way?
Yes. I would keep an extra eye out. They definitely are in the area.
I'm contemplating disguising as a goblin, but I don't think that would do me any good.
Only do so if absolutely necessary, my friend.
Because they would wonder why a random goblin is twirling his thumbs in the middle of the road.
Exactly. Stay safe out there.
Yeah.
Lars says as he then walks over and sits on a log next to the fire, a little bit shaken.
By the way, he says before walking off, if I encounter combat, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to create a giant thunderclap. You will know.
No, noted.
Everyone in the area will know.
It's a clear night. So yeah, a thunderclap would be very uncharacteristic.
Yeah,
Right.
which is the point.
Perception roll.
Okay. I think I also have the best perception of the group, so, what could possibly go wrong?
Maybe not.
Alright, so that's 10 plus 3 is 13, and I have a passive of 13.
Ah, almost like the passive perception is calculated by adding your perception modifier to 10. So, your watch is pretty uneventful. You don't see any cloud cover move in front of the moon. Trees sway. A cool breeze. Very similar night. Last one.
Also contemplating what he told Lars. It's like, even if I did see something, maybe the thunderclap might be a bad idea, as that might end up attracting more unwanted attention than getting everyone up as quickly as possible.
Very true.
Anywho, is that everything?
Yep, that's the entire watch.
Alright, let me go peel Garthus off the floor. Boy, it's watch time and there's some goblins potentially twiddling their thumbs nearby. Don't die.
Okay, I'll twiddle my thumbs back at them.
goes to the bedroll.
Alright, Garthus. Make me a perception roll.
Alrighty. What we got? An 8 plus 2. That's a 10.
Excellent. You also have a rather
Oh, fantastic.
The sun has risen. Night is over. Everybody gets a long rest. You need one. And it is another day. Very cold and lonely over.
Just what I like to hear. I guess let's continue on our way.
Very well.
Let us do so.
Yeah.
Takes
Take down
another
camp.
half hour to pack up. About there come noon. Did you just continue?
I don't see a reason not
Yeah,
to.
I don't see why not. There's
Oh.
no issues, so
All right. 6:30. You are finally at the outlet, Sword Mountain Stream.
All right.
So
This is
trying
the
to
place.
push this at night, I think is a really terrible idea.
yeah.
Well, our plan was to rest at the bottom to avoid any rocks and ne'er-do-wells.
On the other hand, let's make sure we're a little off to the side, because there's a very good chance there'll be someone coming and going in the night.
Agreed. If this is truly the trail that they use to smuggle their goods to their main operation, then perhaps we'll want to be not only off the side of the road, but keep an eye on it just in case we see any movement in the area.
You want to maybe head up the stream a little bit?
Yeah, we could go, again, like about 90 minutes or so up, and then make camp, just so we're a little out of the way.
I
Make
do have
sure.
to ask,
Oh.
what kind of stream are we talking? This is a mountain stream. These do tend to be pretty narrow. There's not a lot of places to hide in a mountain stream.
It's approximately the size of a residential street
Yeah,
Okay.
I figured.
in terms of
Uh,
like
Now,
diameter.
question: is this city residential or suburban residential? So those are two different street sizes.
Suburban.
Okay.
Something
Oh, that's
like-
pretty wide then.
Yeah.
I just immediately assume suburban because I hardly ever go to cities.
Oh, I grew up in a city and now live kind of near suburbs, so I'm used to both.
What
Life
I'm most
experience
used
right
to
there.
is navigating by the tumbleweed at the corner of the road.
Oh,
That's
So
comfortable.
Yeah, it's very
rural,
empty out
somewhat
here.
suburban.
Very rural out here.
Okay.
That's out of character, not Lars.
all right.
So we are moving inside the stream to make camp?
Not inside the stream. Probably off to the side behind some vegetation.
That's what I would like.
There's no forest cover. It goes from plains to hills. So you can interrupt the line of sight by just kind of walking, let's say, 300 feet behind a hill.
Or we could camp out on top of one.
No,
be more
let's not
visible,
do
though.
on top of the hill because they'll see the campfire.
They'll probably see the smoke.
Wouldn't they see the
even-
smoke?
Yeah. That are,
Yeah, they'll see it regardless. Well, it is night. I guess we don't have to light a fire this night. It'll be a cold one, that's for sure.
you have the option. You can light a fire, or you can set up camp a little bit more hastily. I'd say if you don't light a fire, then that's the time and a half. You just put out some bags, bedrolls, and
That's what I would say we should do. Just put out the bedrolls, don't light a fire so they can't see us.
Yeah, if it's not like freezing cold out, I don't see why we would need the fire, really.
it's colder, but it's not freezing.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
The elevation changes. All right, second verse, same as the first. I need watches.
I can take first again. I just know I can't really do the middle of the night watch, so...
I'll do second watch then.
Yeah, you know
Okay,
the
and I'll
drill.
take the third one.
All right, Garthus, best of luck to you.
Another 8 plus 2, a 10.
All right, wonderful. Uneventful.
Cool.
Nothing happened.
I will take uneventful any day.
All right.
My turn.
Okay, Lars. Yeah, another perception roll.
Yep. Let me grab my thingy here. Is this okay? It's not snapping anymore. Good. Oh.
Oh
Everybody
no!
gains another 90.
I just want to imagine Lars is like too jittery to pay attention. Well, or maybe the cold is biting at him, or he's too
What
busy
could
practicing his
possibly
swords
go
work. Who
wrong?
knows? Where's my XP? There it is. 90. I'm not sitting on a rock this time.
You sure? You could?
Am I? Lars looks down.
Not sitting on a rock. I'm gonna need you.
Oh no. Okay. 19 plus 2.
So, have you ever seen like the comedy routine where you have a character that's about to get shot, and then they're like, "Ooh, a quarter," and they bend over. Yeah, that's you. That's you. You're like, "Oh, a pebble," and then you hear whoosh, like a whooshing sound over your head, and then a thunk, and you whirl around, and you see an arrow sticking out of the ground. Whirl around again. You see a goblin in a ghillie suit staring at you, eyes glowing, just kind of an intimidating color.
Almost like a cat's eyes in the dark.
Yeah. It's reflecting the moonlight. Without a sound, it rushes you. Roll initiative.
Okay.
All right, you gotta get us up, man.
Oh, no! No!
Nice.
What'd you roll?
No! The goblin
One.
curse is striking again!
Another 90 XP.
Well, okay, can I ask, what's the XP for when rolling a 1?
Just the
Is it a
thing
pity?
that I've decided.
It's a pity.
Yeah, 1s and 20s. I was gonna let this be a secret, but 1s and 20s grant different levels of experience every time you roll them.
Gotcha.
This, I think, symbolize learning from failures.
I
like
actually
that,
really like
actually.
that, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Will encourage more.
More dice rolls, basically.
Yeah, and I don't think you guys really need the discouragement, but it will also discourage murder hoboing.
I don't
I don't
plan
know
on
what
murder
you're talking
hoboing.
about.
I will
Okay, so,
say, I will say, after dealing with some of the NPCs and stuff, I can see why murder hoboing is a popular pastime.
Well, it's
Yeah.
also I would say, out of character discussion here, it's a very popular player kind of mentality because they treat it as a game, so they see it as a game instead of taking it as a story.
Yeah. Or they're
Well,
just like,
especially when you have like the sly merchant man, it's like, you know what? I'm
Look,
just gonna murder you.
I've spent enough time in Skyrim killing people and shoving them inside closets. I don't need to do that in this.
It's amusing how we were able to get them to all fit in the closet.
Don't underestimate my ingenuity as a pack rat.
so funny. Okay, ignore the terrain.
Let's.
Not
Do we want to make
familiar.
it so like the terrain is kind of like these? Whoa! Sorry about that. He's back. Like the trees here are just the hills, and this is like our little stone path that we're on, kind of.
Hills have eyes.
I have
I hope
locked the Binny board, so
All right, yeah. What was your initiative? Another one?
Yeah, I'm gonna get stabbed.
In theory, you should have enough HP. You shouldn't die immediately.
Don't underestimate the goblin curse, man. This guy's in a
Goblin will
ghillie
roll a
suit. These guys
20.
are always crazy.
Yeah, it's funny because like we're gonna be like, yeah. So this is why, in our next one of our next avatars is just gonna be the Goblin Slayer.
Yes, yes. My whole motivation: I kill goblins.
And only goblins, like that. He's like a paladin or something, and he has like this vow. He's only allowed to kill goblins.
All right, he only gets this close to you before he has to end his turn. So it's your turn now.
All right. Well, I can either fight him now or run away and use my action at yelling at people. How far away am I from the rest of the group, I should say? Where's my watch taking place?
I'll let you decide that. It hasn't been stated.
Okay, well, I would imagine that I probably walked near towards one of the tops of the hills from the camp because we're in a valley is where we're camping. So I imagine I would walk up the hill slightly so I could kind of keep an eye on the trail and the camp at the same time.
Okay.
So maybe 50 to 100 feet.
Okay.
So I'll leave that distance up to you, depending on how far you think the hill would be.
I'd say 50 feet. 50 feet is approximately. Right around.
that's where we're all napping.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and move everybody here. All right, I'm going to, let's see.
It depends. You have basically two options. You could try to
I
skedaddle.
think what I'm gonna do is immediately turn tail and just yell. Because I can. Well, that's the thing is, what would constitute yelling? Would that be like a full action?
You can. Yeah.
Okay.
It's easy to scream like as you attack and move.
Okay. That was gonna be my plan. I was gonna move down here closer and then probably shout and attack as loud as I can, and hope that people hear that. So let's see. I haven't done combat in a while. 1, 2,
You have 6
3,
squares of movement until you reach difficult terrain.
4.
I'll say don't worry about the terrain. Just use it as.
So you could make 2 more tiles.
Or you can always take the dash action, which essentially doubles your movement.
Then you
So
will
you-
attack.
Yeah.
Yes. If you forgo your attack, you could reach us.
Safety in numbers. I'm gonna use my action to dash. I've learned better than to trust the dice for that versus goblins. So I'm gonna use my action to dash and just run into camp. And
Plus,
just
now that you're
I-
now that you're close and yelling, it'll Be easier to wake us up.
I stumble down the hill, kind of sliding as I do. Up and at him! Goblin Scout!
Oh,
Well,
We've got the goblins! We got a goblin!
yeah, we're friends with the goblin, right? Yeah.
We got
This
a
one is
goblin
not a
who was
friend!
trying to
He
murder
tried to
us.
kill me!
How do you know that for sure?
There's an arrow in the dirt!
Yeah, there's
He shot an arrow at me!
lots of arrows and lots of dirt.
Right,
He's
let's
that way.
go.
okay.
Ah, fine. Garth is gonna pick up his
So-
spears.
All right, so now that we've been added into the combat, how does initiative work here?
Everybody roll initiative, and I'll say I will add you.
Okay.
I have a total 7 for my initiative roll.
Let's see, what is my initiative bonus? Zero, and I rolled 17.
Okay, and then I'm gonna 17 too. Okay, so what? There. Where's it? Never mind. Apparently that's backward. Well. Sure. Supposed to add lowest to highest. Well,
Oh,
that's good to know. I will keep that in mind for next time. But for now,
Very
let's
good.
just say some funny stuff happened. Twilight Zone, and your rolls are
Ooh.
backwards.
well,
All right.
so that would
so-
put Lars first.
Well, in between.
We can excuse Lars being out of order as him, literally stumbling down the hill.
All right, so that would make Albertine first or Garthus first?
I would make Albertine.
Okay.
Albertine roll first. So the goblin throws a javelin in your direction. Lars.
Uh-oh. I have to roll something for that?
Ruh-roh.
Who shuffled my dice?
I forgot that's a thing you can do.
All right, what's your AC?
My AC, let me find that again.
It'll be at the top, right underneath HP. Armor class.
Armor class. 12.
12. All right. Rolls a 15 to attack.
Yeah, so that would be a hit and penetration.
That is 5 piercing damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Fortunately, it doesn't impale you. It just grazes you. But you are bleeding, and your clothes are...
Ha! Don't have much to say on that one. At least it didn't hit me.
Righto. Albertine, you want to get to work on that?
All right. Albertine is already awake. He wheels around. His eyes are kind of white and glazed over. He doesn't seem to be fully conscious, but he's entered attack mode. Then, bang, wields his long sword. Great.
It's not good enough, Chief.
It is very much not. This goblin appears to be ready for it. Deftly dodges. That is the end of that. Next up, it is Garthus.
Okie dokie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Garthus is gonna chuck a spear right at that goblin. 12 plus 4, so 16.
16. Got it. That also missed.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Garthus is going to use his bonus action to bring the harpoon back into his hand. It's okay. We'll get him next time.
All right, Toa, you're up.
Okay, let's see. Let me check my arsenal. So I have to be within 6 tiles of everyone for this to work. I can do my actions in any order, right? I can do the action first and then move.
Yeah. Action, bonus action, movement. You can do them.
All right, I will cast Bless on my 3 allies.
And what does that do again?
So for the next 60 seconds, which is my concentration, so basically until I cast my next spell or 60 seconds pass, all allies within range, when they make an attack roll or a saving throw, adds a d4 to their numbered roll.
Ooh.
So I will cast that. And I can bless up to 3 creatures within... Oh, you know what? That's within 30 feet. Let me make sure I'm in position before I do that.
You'd probably want to be right around here-ish.
Yeah,
like-
that
oh,
way I'm
well,
within
great.
3 tiles of everyone. So, like, that. And then bless my 3 allies.
Is that a first level spell?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yep, it just hadn't been in my arsenal before that. So now if you make an attack or a saving throw until I cast my until my concentration gets broken or 60 seconds pass, you'll throw an additional 1d4 after your roll and then add the number to your roll.
I
Quick.
guess, just so you're aware of how concentration works,
Can't
and
cast any other spells. Or wait,
Right.
no.
no, you can
You can cast other spells, they just can't be called.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
Any
I
other
can only cast-
concentration spell will break your current concentration spell.
Okay, I thought it was any spell would break concentration, but it's
Nope.
just another concentration.
If you get smacked too hard and fail a con check, I think then your concentration can
Yes.
break as well.
Okay.
That is also. Also, check this out. You can measure
Oh.
distance.
Yeah, it's snapping. And I can see
That's
that on
neat.
yours.
Righto.
So, it measures the distance between tiles. So, say for example, if you have an odd number of tiles. Right.
Do I have a bonus action thing I can do real quick before I pass it on to my next turn? I do, actually, but I don't think I want to do it right now. It would set one of my spell slots on fire, and I think we don't need to do it yet. So I will end my turn there. Lars isn't immediately in danger.
I'm in danger!
I mean, you're not about to die.
Says you! That was a deep cut!
I can fix it in a minute. Let me concentrate on keeping you alive.
Fine.
Alright, Lars, it is your turn.
Lars still holding the... I'm assuming it's like on his side or something. Just cut on his side. Kind of limps back up the hill a little bit here. And casts a... What's it
If
called
it's-
again?
if
Ray of
it's,
Frost.
If that has a spell attack, then you get to add a d4. If it's a saving throw, you don't get the.
Well, all of mine are saving throw based, so...
Rats. Alright.
Well, all the
Yeah.
ones I want to use, because all of my other ones use spell slots.
I mean,
Or
in theory, we're
scrolls.
going to get a rest here, so you might as well go full auto.
Okay. Oh no, this one does 1d8 cool damage.
Cool.
Okay, so that one does work.
That's pretty
60
cool.
feet is the range.
Oh, yeah, that's Ray of Frost, isn't it?
Yeah, this is Ray of Frost.
Yeah, it's not a saving throw.
Yeah, that one's not.
Yeah, so you would get the +4 to your roll after.
I should be out of Albertine's way with that one. So I'll do that.
Yep, so you'll throw the d20 first and then the d4
I
after.
had to grab it out of my inventory. Come on.
Now throw the d4.
7, and then this is the D4.
Plus whatever a bonus you have to attack.
So
it's 11
4,
plus-
7. Spells. Is it what? Spell attack bonus?
Yes.
I have a +4 on top of that. So 4 + 4 + 7. So 8 + 7.
7. Oh, that's just a 15. No, he manages to dodge out of the way.
Ow.
Yeah, he's one of these enemies.
All right. Seeing that he is now significantly outnumbered, this is Cragmar Castle. Will be eager to hear news of your arrival. And then he disengages, turns tail, and
As he's running, I call out because I don't know if he spoke Basic or Goblin, but I'll say he's gonna go inform the castle. It's best we do not let him escape.
that's as far as he gets that turn. Albertine, quick to give chase. Has got him. Right the position. Albertine has a shield, so so wing him.
I'll be right back. Just assume that I move in range and throw another spear.
Copy.
I have like a +4 on those.
What I say? Well,
Now 6 plus 6, that's 12. Nope. Whiff. Ducks out of the way without even looking. Alright, Garthus, something spear. What did he say is plus what? Whatever it was?
+4.
+4 to spear. So he moves into range to throw it.
Alright, and then +4 plus. Alright, how much do those deal? 18, yeah, that hits. How much do those
There
do?
we go. We finally hit him.
The damage on those spears, if I recall, was 1d8 damage.
1d8. And then what's his damage bonus?
I think he had a +1.
I have a
I can go back on the VOD and look if you want.
I have his sheet, I forgot.
Oh, you do! Sweet.
+2. So spears are 1d6.
Oh, 1d6. Gotcha.
Well, they're versatile. So if he uses both hands, spear somebody.
But he's throwing it, so
So-
I don't
so
think it
that's
would be a
1d6.
2 heat.
Okay.
Oh
8
boy.
damage. Very nice. And I'm assuming he's going to recall the spear after that.
As
Yeah,
his
with his
bonus
bonus
action,
action.
yeah. Because his only other bonus action he could do would be a
Oops.
secondary strike, which he doesn't. He's not in range to do that.
Well, that was cool. All right. And then it is Toa's turn.
Okay. Okay, so I'm right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There's currently a uninvited guest in my room, so might have to fight them off at some point.
Cat.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, cat.
That is.
I'm going to command the goblin to halt,
Okay.
which I
what kind
believe
of
he does not have a. He won't get a
kind of a save
advantage
is
on it because it's not a charm spell.
that? I don't think goblins have advantage. What's
Well, if I tried to charm him because we're hostile, he would have advantage. I'd have to throw at disadvantage. But I don't have disadvantage on command, and it is a DC 13 Wisdom save.
wisdom? Got it.
So he has to make a DC 13 Wisdom save or stop and do no action, and he makes the save.
He succeeds, yep.
Well, alright, that's my turn done.
Right. Lars, you're up again.
Alrighty. Well, second time's the charm, I guess.
If you can hit him with Ray of Frost, he'll lose movement speed, and that will be all we really need.
Let me... My tile... Oh, these grids are weird. Like putting me
They're
in the
not
middle of them.
aligned. Not aligned. You're just going to have to count because it's not
Gotcha.
scaled properly.
Right there, and that'll allow me to split the gap right there.
Yeah.
I'll cast Ray of Frost again.
Get him.
I'ma get him. 1d20. Do I still have the blessing, or is that one
Yeah,
time?
you have it until my concentration breaks or 10 rounds pass.
18 plus 4 by default for my attack, and then
I think
the
you've
bonus,
already hit him, but...
1.
1 damage.
No,
Well,
that's not damage. That was from the bonus.
That was the
of
to hit.
bless.
That was from the blessing.
Okay, roll damage.
Damage on Ray of Frost is 1d8. That's 10.
It's 1d8 cold, right?
There we go.
That's a D10.
That's a d8, right?
That's a D10.
That's d10. Dang, I have 2 of them in here. Why do I have 2 of them? There we go.
2. All right.
Yeah, his movement. Only 2 damage, but his movement speed is reduced by 10 feet now.
Ah, gotcha. Well, I will say that there appears to be some tunnels or something at the edge. As soon as he reaches the edge, he
Gotcha.
he disengages again, and then or disappointed by his lurches forward. Lattices of frost spread out across his suit, visible in the moonlight. Albertine is quick to make haste. Whack. Ooh, buddy.
Oh,
Everybody
There
get
we go.
36.
Now, does that apply to everyone or just individually?
Everybody.
Very
We
good.
learned that thwacking people works. 36, you said?
Um, 8 equals 2 8. So 8 damage plus 4, 12 damage. And hold on. Uses channel divinity to activate sacred weapon, and at his a fire too. All right, and that is that. Arthas, your turn again.
yep. Alrighty. Oh, jeez, why did the camera do that?
We have superior goblin HP. I'm a little surprised he's still up.
All right, Garth
Must
is
be like a
going to
goblin
continue
captain.
to kind of like flank this guy. There it is. Let's roll a d20. 19 plus 4.
Yeah, you wouldn't
That
even
hits.
have to roll the d4 to hit him.
That hits roll
Okay.
damage.
It's going to be a d6 plus 2. 4 damage. You know what? Garthus will use his action surge. Because I super don't want this guy getting away.
You still have any inspirations? That's not because that's not what I had.
I have one.
Want to give it to him?
If he wants it, he can have it.
I assume somebody else can do the thing. So, yeah, it's fine.
We got one more hit on him.
That is Noah. It is.
All right.
You got his first hit, right?
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4,
I got
5, 6. All right, I'm within touching distance of him. And
you gonna give him a bad touch?
oh
No.
yes, oh yes.
Oh my.
So I'm going to use level 2 inflict wound.
Oh my.
So I have to make a
That is a very
melee.
bad touch.
I have to make a melee attack against him.
Does the bless apply to yourself as well?
I could have chosen myself. I did not.
Because it was only 3, right?
Yeah, 3 creatures within range. So I could have chosen myself. I did not.
Fingers crossed you get it. This guy's AC is rather high.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, I'm just looking to see what my melee swing is because it's Dex, isn't it? Is my melee or what? Where would I see my melee modifier to hit?
So inflict wounds, right?
Yes, it's a melee spell.
So
Melee spell attack. Do I get my spell attack bonus for
Yeah,
that?
your spell bonus.
Okay. Oh, that's a lot more accurate than you might think. So it's it's a wisdom. Well, it'd be a wisdom saving throw, but it's not a saving throw. All right.
So your spell attack. Your
Plus- Oh, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Oh, you have one?
I have
bonus
one.
is +5. You get a +5.
Yeah, I have a +5 on my dice. I'm gonna burn my inspiration.
Ooh.
Throws worse.
Yikes.
Lars, I think you have one to give me.
You're gonna take mine too?
He'll probably instantly die if I hit him.
Okay. Yeah, you can have it.
Gonna roll
Okay.
a 1. Hate
Shame.
to see it.
I rolled a 5, a 4, and a 5
Wow.
with 3 consecutive rounds.
Yeah, well, there's no more inspiration anymore.
I don't think
He's
I have
dodging
another
you
one.
like Neo from the Matrix.
It's the
Just-
goblins. You should have known that wouldn't have worked.
Can I check this? Is there a way to check to see how many inspiration I have?
Not unless you wrote it down.
You only had one.
Okay. Yeah.
I was the
so-
one. I was the one who was stacking all of the inspirations because I kept doing all like the daily recaps and stuff or weekly
All right.
recaps.
So we've set 2 inspiration on fire to accomplish nothing.
All right. Well, I guess I got to give it my best.
If you manage to hit him again with your frost attack, you can keep him from escaping. Actually, hold on. 1.
Yeah, I would have to hit
4,
him
5,
again because he has
6.
full movement again.
You've got 1. He chooses not to disengage, and there's 2 opportunity attacks, and then he can dash, and they can escape this round. But he chooses not to risk it, and he has to suffer another full round of combat. So he's
My
probably
biggest
gonna
issue
dash.
is where I'm standing. There's no
You can
real
get
way.
to here.
Yeah, you can get to there.
I'm
and
one
then hit
tile
him.
short for that.
1,
as far as
2,
I can move up
3,
is here.
4, 5, 6.
Oh, all right. Is that kind of obstructed though?
I mean, you can.
I'll say that's fine. You could cast a spell on him.
Yeah, you'd have the blast. It's just so annoying because, for the record, at level 2, when I casted, he would have eaten 4d10 neurotic damage.
All right. Well, I guess
Yeah, that would have gotten him.
when in doubt, Ray of Frosted out. I'll do it again.
Don't forget to add the D4.
15 plus 4, then D4. 2.
That hits. Full damage.
Okay, let me grab the correct one this time, and I'll roll that. 4.
All right.
All that matters is I hit the dude, so...
Okay.
'cause, He'll lose 10 feet of movement at minimum as long as I hit him.
It's not looking great. It's 20 dash. He's gonna try and dash. So
we get
that
two
provokes an
sw-
opportunity attack for Albertine and Toa. Albertine is gonna go first. Albertine, last turn, his Channel of Divinity allowed him to add his Charisma modifier. So his longsword shines as he swings it, rolling that +4. Oh yeah, no, he hits easily. Then he rolls a 4 plus 4. Stabs this goblin heart. 175 XP.
Excellent.
175.
All right, and with that, the shining sword, covered with bits and pieces of blood, is drawn back through this goblin's torso. Perishes.
I immediately want to search the goblin.
Okay. You find a short bow, crudely made, a collection of 2 more javelins, and a broadsword. Scimitar.
I don't think I'll be able to make use of the scimitar. The bow, how many arrows did he have?
He had a quiver of 10 more. They're not very high quality. These would shatter on impact. You can tell just from a glance.
Do we want the bow?
The bow is also not very high quality. It's for all intents
It
and
basically would be
purposes,
a scenario, a better than nothing scenario.
it's a
More
-1
importantly,
bow.
Study what this guy looks like, because they're going to be missing a single goblin, and you might be able to fill in for them.
Indeed, yes, that's a good point. Allow me to inspect what he looks like now that I can hold him up. And
Okay. You memorize his goblinoid feature.
Small, green, got it. That's all you need, right?
yeah, and I have a rough idea of what his voice sounds like because I heard him say that he was going to go to the castle.
All right. And I think that's about it for this session, so I'm just going to take...
I just funny. I got a Steam achievement right as we said. I knew what his voice sounds like. It's because I played tabletop for 200 hours.
Nice.
I know what his voice sounds like. Achievement sound.
Yeah, gets the Steam achievement. Like, yay!
Achievement get.
Yeah, whenever I hear achievement, I just have the Xbox 360 achievement sound in my head.
I'm used to the PSN trophy sound.
I'm used to the Steam.
So, do we get to long rest after this, or how is that going to work? Because we got interrupted.
We got our long rest got interrupted. At best, we'll probably be able to get a short rest, I would imagine.
Because I would like the long rest to reload my spell slots, because I've used over half my firepower.
Yeah, I'll say...
Well, I mean, it was necessary.
I'll say you can get a long rest, but it'll cost you an extra 2 hours.
What? 2 hours? Yeah, that's fair.
So instead of starting the day at 0800,
Okay. Yeah, and then we get the long
everybody
rest.
can get a long rest.
That way, before we go to bed, I do patch Lars up with Lesser Restoration. Or not Lesser, not that. Healing Word.
Mouse, I think you have something you're not supposed to have. You might have. You might have something you're not supposed to have, Mouse.
What, my inventory? What? Why is there a question mark in here? It's not in my hand.
It's not in your hand?
Not in my hand below the screen, but I scrolled up here and I see this.
Okay, yeah, that's my die.
It's just a question mark for me. It has not turned into anything else.
Very interesting.
Oh, it's a question mark for me, too.
All right. Well,
Oh yeah,
go
Pine,
ahead
did you want that guy's
and-
javelins?
There.
Sure, we can keep them as, like, throwaway javelins. I can only bind to, like, 2 weapons at a time right now,
I
so...
think all javelins are throwaway javelins.
Well, yes. But, I mean, throw and never remember they exist again javelins.
Yeah, like expendable javelins.
The kind
Alright.
you, like, chuck into a wall.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call the session up the street.